Hello, this is Renee from Extreme Esteem Coaching and Mentoring, and I wanted to talk to you today about something that might help you get through a past traumatic experience that you're actually living today. If you are a person that's feeling the pain of something that's happened before and you feel stuck and you want to be unstuck from the emotions, and if you feel that your life is spiraling out of control, that even your identity is affected because you see yourself now as a person who is broken and a person without hope, and that you have no direction and you can't seem to move forward, and that you seem to be consumed by the feelings that you're feeling of sadness, of dissatisfaction, of hurt, and the pain, and the words that were spoken to you. And if you're feeling the feelings of putting yourself and trying to rebuke yourself for falling for such a stupid thing, and that you say, I should have known better and I'm so glad I got away. But if it's a relationship, say with a guy and you're a girl, and you think, how could I have even allowed myself to be in a situation like that? I'm damaged goods now. I can't seem to get past this. How do I heal myself? Every time I go to a psychologist to try to help me, I feel that it helps me a little bit, but when I come home, I'm still consumed by the same feelings. The same thoughts keep going over and over in my head, and I feel that I'm changed now. I consider myself someone that has a mental health issue or a mental illness. I've gone and gotten medications, and I'm dealing with the effects of these medications. And even then, with the medication, I don't feel that I'm being helped, and I feel I'm stuck. I don't see much hope for the future, and things are really going out of control. And I want to change this, but I don't really know how. I feel like I'm a different person now than what I used to be, and I really need a lot of help. And I feel that there's really no hope for me now. If you're feeling some of these things, I want you to think about something that may help you. Before you entered into that experience, whether it's a bad relationship or a bad business decision or a bad friendship, and now that you see that that person was controlling, or they were manipulative, or everything was about them, and you were really a puppet in their life, just making them feel really good, doing the things for them. Every time, say you're in a relationship, and every time you brought something up about you being not happy, like I feel like we don't spend enough time with each other. You spend more time with your mates, and I want you to spend more time with me. I need to have more time with you. And if they were the sort of person that seemed to turn the situation around and to make it seem like you're the problem, you're demanding too much. Look, I've got to be with my mates. I've got to have time to be with my friends. I work really hard. Stop being controlling, and stop trying to manipulate my life. And it's not all about you. And we do spend time together, but in actual fact, you don't. You haven't, or you didn't, and you're feeling dissatisfied because this relationship is not part of the dream that you have for your life, and it seems to have gotten out of kilter. And every time you've brought something up, everything seems to be twisted to seem like you're actually the problem. Get over it and deal with it. So if you're still feeling, if you're still feeling those feelings now, or if you're a person that experienced that, you've got to think of it in a new way if you can. And what I'm suggesting is, when you look at your life before this relationship, you probably felt to some degree more confident than what you're feeling right now, and that you probably felt like there was hope, and that you were moving in a direction, or you were looking for something that was going to add for your life, and you had some sort of control, and your life probably wasn't really consumed with dysfunction, and now you're feeling that your life is just consumed with dysfunction. If you have a look at the way you're thinking, and if you see that you are feeling stuck, and part of being stuck is you saying there's something wrong with me, and if you have changed your identity from where you were before to something that's less than where you were before, and now you've allowed the trauma or this experience to redefine who you are, then maybe you need to consider that it's actually your identity, the issue that you need to deal with. One thing I've noticed talking to a lot of people and helping a lot of people is that when something horrible happens in our life and we're suffering from it now, we tend to think of ourselves as being part of the problem, that we think that there must be something wrong with me. And when someone does that, what they're actually doing is destroying or attacking their own identity. Now, this is a problem and it has to be fixed. So one way a person can fix that is to realize and to think, okay, if I met somebody and this somebody somehow fooled me and talked to me and talked me into going into a boxing ring, for example, and in the boxing ring they were just telling me, I just want to show you this thing that I've created, it's just so nice, it's part of what I want to do in my life, and they're showing you the boxing ring, and while you're in the boxing ring with them, they start to punch you and they start to hit you, and you're like trying to figure out what's going on, why is this happening, and every time you say something about the first little punch or something like that, they seem to twist it and make it all about you being the problem, that you should be able to handle it, there's nothing wrong here. Now, if that person is feeling pain in their body, if they're feeling pain in their emotions and in their mind and in their being, then that is normal. It is normal for a person in that situation to feel that way. But what is not normal is to think that it's okay to permit ourselves to be trapped into that. That's not normal. So in order to change and to do something about identity and not to make that part of your identity, there's a simple tool I want to share with you that has to use two things, which is self-talk and words. So in order for that person to re-establish and to grow and to heal their identity, they have to take stock of the things that they think about and the things that they say. Often when people are in pain, what they do is everyone that they meet who cares about them, they will talk about all the negative stuff and all the things that they actually do not want to happen in their life, things that have happened. So they refocus on and re-amplify and regurgitate the same things that they actually want to be free from. So I want to share a simple tool with you that will help in re-establishing your identity. Now, the first thing is to realize that the way we are created by God is that we are creative beings and that we have a lot of power. And part of being creators, I want you to use a simple tool of self-talk and thoughts in order to re-establish that identity. So what we have to do as part of this process is to stop all the negative talk and take stock of the negative talk and take stock of your thoughts, and then we have to re-establish and to start the right kind of talk. It's a very simple thing to do, but maybe too simple that people think it may not be effective. Self-talk is so important, not only in our own mind, in our own being, but also what we say out loud to ourselves and then what we say to other people. Before we go on to talking about some of the things that we have to stop in terms of self-talk and some of the things that we should start in terms of self-talk, let's paint a picture. I don't know if you've ever been out in the garden and you've looked at the plants and stuff, but when it rains, often what happens is things grow. Now, if you decided to make a garden, you're going to have to get rid of all the weeds. So let's say you've gotten rid of all the weeds and you've put beautiful soil there, and what happens is the rain comes and things happen and life happens, and then you go out there and you have a look and you see like little tiny weeds growing. If you go really early before they get to be that big, the weeds are like really little, and the more time that you leave it, and the more rain that happens, and the more that life progresses, those weeds start to grow. What we are trying to do here is like going to that garden, and when the weeds are that small, pulling them out and getting rid of them. So we're going to be looking for the toxic things that when they start off as little things, we can pull them out. They're easier to pull out when they're little than if they're that big and the root system has had a chance to really take hold, and then it's a lot more work to try to get rid of it. So some of the self-talk that you have to get rid of are the things that other people have said to you, the things that that person said to you, the things that you've said to you, the things that other people have said to you, or the things that thoughts from other beings come into you. Anything toxic, anything that you don't want to be in your future, you have to stop those thoughts. So anything like, I can't cope, I'm a victim, I'm an emotional wreck, I'm a mess, I can't seem to focus, I can't work, I can't seem to concentrate, I'm so full of pain, I don't think I'll ever be free, this is all too hard, I have a mental illness now, or I'm a victim, I'm broken and I don't think I can be fixed. Any thoughts relating to that side of things, you must stop doing. You can stop saying and doing that to yourself. Then you've got to start. So when you're starting to feel the effects of the trauma, then you have to start to create, because you are a creator. So whatever you create, whatever you focus on, whatever you amplify, that's what will grow. So what you do is when you're starting to feel the pain, let's say in your body or in your emotions relating to that trauma, what you have to say to yourself is, it is normal. What I am feeling right now is normal for someone that has felt that. But I don't have to stay that way. I am getting healed and I am getting better. Or you self-talk inside your head and you say, even though I've been through that, I am better off now, I am wiser and smarter now, and this sort of thing will not happen to me again because I know what to look for. I am getting better. With every single day, I am getting better. I will be healed. I will have a better future than what I had in the past. I am in a better position now to be in a great relationship compared to what I was before, because now I can recognize the warning signs and the flags, the red flags, and I can do it. I am going to thrive. I am going to be my own coach and my own cheerleader, and even if no one around me will help me, I will help myself, and I can do this, and I am going to create an awesome life for myself. So just a simple thing like that. It sounds really simple. It has to do with self-talk. You start to say it to yourself in your mind, then you say it out loud to yourself. You have to hear it so it can recycle through. You're trying to create new pathways in your mind, in your brain, so that you can be healthy, so you can revitalize who you were and start to build on who you were and get to that place where you were and start building on it and moving forward to where you want to be. So every time you feel that feeling in your body of the trauma, you say, this too will pass. This is part of the healing, and I'm not going to put up with this forever. This is only for a certain time, and I'm getting better. So now you're using self-talk inside your mind. You're stopping it. You're reframing it. And then if you have to, you say it out loud to yourself and you repeat. When a thought comes, you repeat. You start doing the same thing. The new self-talk. Or even if you have to say, no, that's not how it's going to be, and then say and reframe the positive side of what it is going to be for you. Now you're using self-talk and your thoughts and your words and your creative power to take control of what goes on in here and what comes on out here. And if you have to, you can say it to other people. When you are with other people, you have to make sure you do not talk about those things that happened before and that you're not going to project them into your future that you don't want. So you have to stop saying that. You have to stop seeing yourself as a victim. And just using that simple self-talk tool and controlling your thoughts and using it over and over and over again, that will help you. And then you can start to develop, okay, I'm going to develop my brand. What's my brand? I'm going to look after my brain. I'm going to look after my body and start moving forward towards what it is you want to do. I hope you got something out of that. Try it out. Let me know what you think. Let me know some of the results that you have. And thank you very much for giving me your time and listening to this. And remember, live an extremely glorious life. Bye. See you next time.